Hi, everybody. Welcome to Watchbots Prime, the midweek show about Watchbots. My favorite. Maybe not yours. I've been thinking a lot about James Bond since last week's James Bond Jr. show. And I guess it brings up a lot of thoughts about quality, right? Like, we all agreed James Bond Jr., festering pile of shit. But I can't stop thinking about, like, the fake Paul McCartney accent and the weird visuals and just the whole concept. So maybe it's actually good. You know, do I want to buy the toys 25 years later? Maybe. You know, is it marketing in action? Am I just weak? I don't know. It's weird. I also been thinking a lot about Bill Clinton for, I guess, unrelated reasons. It's summertime, and I've been reading a lot of comic books lately. And as mentioned with many things, I sort of need to start at the beginning. So like I've been reading some Marvel comics from the 60s, some DC comics from the 40s, and also the Ultimate Marvel line, which is in the 2000s. And they're all very much periods of the time that they're in, which makes them fascinating and horrifying all at the same time. So like in DC comics, there's a Superman. It's in the 40s, I believe. And Lois Lane is thirsty as shit for Superman. She wants this man. And she's trying to think of ways to marry him. But Superman says he won't propose because he knows, wink, wink, that Clark Kent has feelings for Lois. So Lois decides to pawn Clark off on her roommate, which is a weird move. And, well, long story short, we're on a cruise ship with Lois and her roommate Lorraine, and Superman is on his way to dedicate the cruise ship. So Lois shoves Lorraine overboard and then follows her, like jumps off a boat to see who Superman will save first to prove who he actually loves. Kind of weird. Probably a reflection of the society that they're in. The Marvel comics are all very anti-Asian and anti-communist. No reds allowed, let me tell you. And then the Ultimate Marvel line is funny because objectively the stories are quite interesting, but visually everybody has these long bangs and they're all wearing like knockoff Abercrombie shirts and they have like funny ear piercings and big cargo pants. So it's good stuff. I feel like comics, the stories tend to age okay. Maybe not some of the real old stuff, but visually like nothing ages at all. You know, it's like you can pinpoint within 5 years when something was drawn, I feel like. And maybe that's a lot of the stuff that we're doing too. You know, the cartoons, stories, generally dog shit, not very good. The visuals, they don't age either. What was my point here? I don't know. I guess I didn't have one. It's kind of the purpose of this show. But anyway, speaking of comics, let's talk X-Men, which is this week's topic. And the X-Men, for me, really defines a lot of the early 90s. You know, it tied in comic books, which I loved, and toys, which I loved, and TV, which I ultra loved, and brought them into this kick-ass melting pot of fantasticness, starting with this theme song. This was a great show because it got into a lot of the themes that the X-Men comic did. So, you know, being different and race and bigotry and, you know, mutant marriage and thieves and assassins and all that good stuff. And this episode is no different. And I picked one centered around my favorite X-Man at the time, that being the Cajun rogue character Gambit. And was that a mistake? I guess we'll all find out together. But the episode's called X-Ternally Yours, and you can find that one on YouTube. And I guess that's it. I don't need to ramble on endlessly at you, right? Just for a few minutes. Wet the palate, as it were. Shoot the shit. So let's leave it there. We will talk to you on Monday about X-Men. And this has been signing off. And if you have latent mutant powers, I hope that they're fun and not like the Blob or something. You know, you want to be like a Cyclops. That's pretty cool, right? Right. Bye.